Record Store. We specialize in independent music of all genres. My name is Evie.
And I'm Rennis.
Together we run the business in Anacortes, a record store that's been running since 1978.
So the business, it's been in town since 1978. We are the fourth owners in that time, in the third location in all of that time, here at 216 Commercial Avenue. I was a part of the Department of Safety here in town when I first rolled in, which was the all-ages music venue, recording studio, etc. When we decided that that space was no longer viable in town, I needed something to keep me here, and that thing was the business because it was about to not exist, and I could not imagine Anacortes not having a space for youth culture, independent music. It could not be without both the Department of Safety and the business, so I took it over.
Under regular circumstances, if you come into the shop, this would be the first thing that you see. Come on in.
Our stock is all new, independent music, things you are not going to find other places. There's some local stuff, but a lot of international stuff all mixed in. We want to give the same platform to all of our artists that we give to, a bigger independent artist in Japan. So you'll find the Carl Blau record right next to, a bigger artist from LA or something. We do have CDs, we have new tapes, we also have a bunch of small press books and zines, kind of all the classic things that you need if you are an aspiring or current punk.
In addition to music, we stock a lot of books and zines. This one is one of my all-time favorites. It's called Henry and Glenn Forever and Ever. And basically it's just a comic. And it's a compilation of several artists making short little one-cell comics, imagining that Henry Rollins and Glenn Danzig were a couple. It's so good. So, highly recommended.
We have a bunch of issues of Crap Hound magazine, which are amazing objects. This guy goes through publications which are very old and in the public domain, and collects all of the weird clip art images that he suggests that you reuse in your own work, free of charge. And the themes are incredible. They're often very funny. Crap Hound. Dig it. So since we do wholesale distribution and mail order work all the time, during the pandemic, we are mostly focusing on mail order. Wholesale distribution, not really happening because most stores are closed right now. And obviously nobody's in our store, thankfully. So we've been working mostly just on mail order fulfillment, and that all happens back here. Here we are in the Distro warehouse. We have loads of shelves back here with way more records than we have even out front in the store. These are all of our distributed labels, and we are now mostly back here, slinging records. And
welcome to my packing station. I pack each and every order that goes out the door. Mostly records. We are a little bit unusual in our 2020 packing in that we put real postage on every single record. So we like to treat every single order like it's a gift, and our customers really appreciate it.
So even though we have hundreds of record labels and artists, all independent or self-releasing, you might wonder how they are all related, and they are in fact related. Everything is kind of 1 degree separated. When we first started doing wholesale distribution and mail order, it was based almost entirely out of local artists, and that became, spread out to Olympia and Seattle and Vancouver, and then all the way down the West Coast, and then it just exploded from there. So when you do look at our catalog, despite there being a bunch of different genres represented and people from all over the place, things are kind of one big family. All of our artists and labels are independent, and that means that they don't have the backing of a larger record label or corporation. We're talking really limited runs of stuff, usually 500 copies, maybe sometimes more than that, but you're talking specialized niche audiences who are collectors and avid supporters. And it also means that their fans and supporters really directly participate in the process, and they directly support the artists. One of the things that we really like about our project is that when you buy a record from us, the money goes to us, the store, and the label or artist, and that's it. There's no other pieces of the pie. We want to get money to artists. We tend to have a really close relationship with all of the artists and labels that we work with. I take a lot of pride in curating both what we have on the shelf in the store and what we offer to other stores via wholesale distribution. And at this point, we're really lucky in that as just two people, we get to work one-on-one with all of those people, and it's a lot about managing that sort of size. So we don't just work with anybody. They are, friends, they're friends of friends, and that network kind of just keeps expanding. But at this point, we actually say no to a lot more people than we say yes to, because we want to keep that sort of feel that you're always just working with one of us. We don't really want to have a staff of people that has to keep track of a bunch of labels. We want those relationships to be one-on-one, because we think that's what makes our project kind of unique. It is unusual to see a record store in the year 2020, so it is a super special thing that we are able to exist anywhere, let alone in a small town like Anacortes. On top of that, we have received a bunch of recognition for doing all of this kind of work and building this up to a global scale. Vinyl Me Please last year announced that we were the best record store in Washington. So it wasn't one of the fancy Seattle ones, it was your local record store here in Anacortes that is the best. Among all of these thousands of records, you will also find a lot of local releases, contemporary and a little bit older. There are tons of releases from bands like Buffet, The Crabs, Mount Erie and the Microphones, The Few, Gravel, Brian, Frank, and Bob. The list is astonishing, and you will find them all mixed in here. Next time you see a city employee, commit their name to memory and then come in here and ask if they have a record. We are a small record store, so that means that we can't have everything that you might possibly ever want. So we do special orders all the time, and we love doing it. So if there is something in particular that you are looking for, it can be anything. It can be major label, independent label, it does not matter. We are happy to get you a CD, a record. We also order movies all the time for people. So if there's DVDs or Blu-rays that you want, you can order them from us, and we will arrange a curbside or delivery situation. We want to still get media into your life. We have a new music subscription program, which is great if you want to explore some of the things that we work on. You can get a Distro subscription, and you pay one price, and every month for a whole year, you get a record or CD of something brand new that we've been working on that we're really excited about. You can also get a custom one, and we'll get you custom recommendations. It's not necessarily something that we've been working on, but it's something tailored to your taste, and that's one new title every month for a whole year.
You can follow us on all social media at The Business Rex, or give us a call at 360-293-9788, or email nick@thebusinessanacortes.com for any questions you might have.
And you can find us on our website, thebusinessanacortes.com. Gotta have a backup flannel.